6, 8, booty.
You guys ready? Okay. Good morning and welcome to Between the Lines, where your wildest dreams come true. Today we have three very special guests: John Milton, Nathaniel Hawthorne, and Jack Kerouac. So, why don't you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves?
All right, so as you said, I'm John Milton, one of the best English poets of all time, as some people would say. And so, I was born in England.
So humble.
Keep the comments to yourself, Kerouac. So, I was born in England, very rich kind of guy, I guess. I mean, my dad was rich. He sent me through school, traveled abroad in like a few places here and there. Italy, met Galileo, no biggie. So, but apparently, I heard some things going down in my hometown, over in England, when I was abroad in Italy.
Mr. Kerouac, please.
Thank you. So, stuff was going down. Political stuff. King was being a jerk to everyone, and there was a rebellion. And I'm like, I gotta get in on this. So, I go in, I start changing my poetry from a more artistic to a more political activism sort of thing. I help the rebellion, get rid of that king, because he was bad.
Thank you. Mr. Hawthorne?
Okay, so I'm from Salem, witchcraft, as you guys may know. I actually wrote about witchcraft in one of my novels. And yeah, basically my struggles define what my novels are about. And yeah, that's basically it.
Mr. Kerouac?
Well, I'm Jack Kerouac, as you guys may have heard earlier. I'm a really chill guy. I'm more into like finding yourself spiritually. I'm not really into whatever these two are into. I believe that if one wants to get something done in their life, they should go for it. They shouldn't sit back and watch other people do it, but should take on that adventure.
What, like alcoholism?
You know,
And sex habit.
Ooh, double whammy.
oh, you're throwing shots at me here too? Oh my.
All right,
Pretty
so,
sure there was some drugs there.
Let's
Hey,
get back to
speaking
the
of
subject.
drugs.
What are some of the notable works that you guys have written?
Oh, some notable books that I have written have been, let's see, a little thing called Paradise Lost. You might have heard of it. One of the greatest English poems of all time. Sorry if you haven't heard of it. Some uncultured swine. But I also wrote Paradise Regained, the thrilling sequel, which was also published alongside.
World's cleverest author right here.
What's cleverest, huh? I mean, what was your book called, huh?
It was On the Road.
Oh, yeah?
It's a masterpiece.
What happens on the road? It's just on the road?
No.
That all it's called? They on the road?
So since we're with you, Mr. Kerouac, can you tell us about your works?
Okay, so I wrote On the Road, which, although little Mr. I'm so clever, I come up with the same title, just change the couple words. It's about finding yourself, being able to find someone that really changes your life and detaching yourself to them and wanting to know more about what they do in their life in order to be so happy. And I feel like that's where I centered most of my novels on. Not just On the Road, but my second book, which was The Dharma Bums, which is me just trying to find myself spiritually, exploring the realm of Buddhism. And my third book, which is The Subterranean, is just me going after this hot babe.
Interesting. Mr.
It's an
Hawthorne?
interesting
Okay, so
experience.
the first novel I ever wrote was called it's called Fanshawe, and it's about college. Aren't you looking forward to that? Anyways, my second one was The House of the Seven Gables and The Scarlet Letter. They all have symbolism in them, and they're mainly about focusing on like who you want to become and like how others view you don't define who you are. So yeah.
Okay. And what sort of themes do your works revolve around? And I know that you guys have a little setup right here, so if you guys could explain a little bit how it ties into your
All right,
works.
so my little guy here, I got Satan, a very integral character in my first two novels, Paradise Lost, Paradise Regained.
Okay, it goes with the originality.
Satan is obviously a terrible guy, don't like him. So I kind of like to draw parallels between the king, the aforementioned king, and obviously stated here. So, with these, I like to emphasize the fault of pride and how existent it was in my world.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
thank
I see
you so
that.
much.
I see
Mr.
that.
Hawthorne?
Okay, so I have a Scarlet Letter. I'm pretty sure you guys have read. It's a really famous book. And Hester and Pearl. Hester gets the A, the Scarlet Letter. And yeah, like it's basically a symbol of like how you view things. The community that she was in, they saw her as a sinner, but she saw it, what she had done was a gift from God. And yeah, she received Pearl, and yeah, so it's just about how you view yourself, how I've said before.
Mr. Kara?
What was the question?
What are some of the themes
He's
that
on
your
drugs.
novels have and revolve around?
Well, you see here me with my person. Okay.
Yeah.
So, my novels all revolve about finding, like I said before, someone who you can learn from, who you can grow up with, who will teach you ways, different ideas from what you have done, and also finding yourself, who you really are, and what your interests are. And as you can see right here, this is the Matterhorn, which I hiked, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys hike in mountains?
No, I have other things to do, like, helping a rebellion.
Okay,
I
that
have a
doesn't matter.
I have a family.
That doesn't matter. Okay, so although I didn't really find myself climbing that mountain, I found out what I wasn't, and that was pretty.
A good climber.
Yes.
That is great.
Yes,
All right.
just a
Do you
good
guys
plan.
have anything
Okay.
else?
No, it's funny.
Do you guys have anything else you guys would like to add?
I don't know, Kirak, do you have anything you want to add?
I'm an interesting author.
Kirak, huh?
Huh?
You seem a little inebriated there, huh, kiddo?
Nah.
Are you okay? Are you on
Listen, if
drugs?
you want to read the greatest English poet of all time,
Read me.
hit me up.
Me right here. I wrote
Or
poems. too.
Nathaniel Hawthorne.
I wrote poems. I wrote poems.
I didn't write poems, which is even better. Who likes
I wrote
poems?
poems. See, mine you could find a deeper meaning. I don't know what this guy was talking about. Like that's old English.
Kirak, you want
All right. Well,
No,
that
let's
is
make
all the
amends.
time we
Let's
have
make
for
amends. I
today.
wanna make
Tune in
amends with
next
you.
week when we scuba dive with Jane Eyre.
I'm not cute.
I'm like smelling.
Jason, this is Xochi, that's Daniel. I like to call him Dangle. You call him Daniel. So anyway, our senior paper. I had John Milton,
I had Nathaniel Hawthorne.
And I had Jack Kerouac.
so a lot of these guys were very interesting people. Nathaniel Hawthorne, you might know. Nathaniel Hawthorne, you might know from junior year if you had a class. Scarlet Letter.
I didn't have her class, so I got the Scarlet Letter.
You
for
can't
one
do
of my
Scarlet
books.
Letter.
You can't.
But-
You can't. Don't do it.
Anyway, great author. Mine was an excellent author. Talk about him a little bit. So, mine was a poet, even though most of his poems read
Poets.
as most of his poems read as stories. Pretty interesting. Big drawback was that he wrote in the 1600s. Kind of tough to understand. Think of Shakespeare. And if you're down for that, then go for it. But he's a beautiful poet, honestly. I don't like poetry. I love it. So just talk about that.
Okay, so Nat, right? Yeah.
Nate.
Okay, Nate. So Nathaniel Hawthorne, his books are really easy to understand. One thing is though, the literary devices he uses, it's usually symbolism, 90% symbolism, honestly. Fanshawe, I don't recommend reading it. It's really hard to find literary criticisms on it. So yeah, that's basically it. His books are easy though, so I recommend him.
Okay, so Jack Kerouac is an interesting character. He's
He's a drug addict.
basically,
Sexaholic. A lot like Daniel.
he binges on alcohol a little too much. He takes a lot of drugs, and he's obsessed with finding himself sexually, I guess. And that is seen throughout all his books and poems. Like he's always trying to talk about self-discovery. There's a good amount of research on him.
Good thing about Milton, a lot of literary sources on him. You're not going to have any problem with that.
think Xoch, you had a problem with Daniel Hawthorne?
Yeah, I did. So how I said, Fanshawe, don't read it. It doesn't have any. But if like read his books, don't just like wait until the last minute. Cause honestly, everyone just puts symbolism and like he uses so much more, but it's really hard to find it in his books. But on like finding people that wait, that came out wrong. I'm gonna cross that out. People that literary criticisms on him. There's so many people out there that write about him. So yeah, he's pretty easy.
I feel like there's like a big portion of the struggle that we face throughout writing the actual paper would be procrastination and how
Yes.
all of us thought we weren't going to, but ended up actually procrastinating, putting everything off until the last few weeks, and then ended up stressing a little too much than we should have had we kept up to date with the deadlines.
Keep up with the deadlines. They're
Honestly,
important. They're there for a reason.
They are. I got a C. I finished it in a week. I recommend doing it the first week she gives it to you. Finish it then, and then get edits for like 4 months. Like, just do that.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck, guys. Choose your author. Choose Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Don't.
Don't.